Alright my friends, done deal. Paperwork all filed out. We paid for the car. We officially own our first Passat on the channel. And it's a V6 4Motion and I'm hyped. And they left everything in it for me, which is cool. So now I got a set of plates, well, 2 matching and 1 different one. Even came with the trusty 10 mil ready to go. Like, this is exciting. I had a jacket down there. I mean, oh yeah. I'm excited. Give it the old startup. Starts really smooth. Now, the only question, I've driven around like here slowly. Will we make it home? I think she'll be fine, but we'll have to see. All right, so first stop is going to be to get some fuel and also listen to this, ready? Hopefully you can hear that, but the brakes in this car, they're not good. So I don't want to drive too far today, but look at us on the road. We're right here to the gas station. Our first trip will be right there. And shifts so smooth like that. And then right in the third, no problem. So we'll see what the issue is. All right, first drive, successful. Go ahead and pop that. Let's fill her up. Here we go, here we go. First fill up for the new car. I still really wish we had 93 here, but 91 will do. We'll see how much this costs, because I've heard this car has like a 16.5 gallon tank, so we'll see how expensive she is to fill up all the way. So 7063, 13.3 gallons. She wasn't fully empty, but got a big tank in this thing. I don't know, man. I like this car. Good looking color. We'll have to do some body work on this side because she's not perfect, but still, it's a good looking car, I think. So I'm sitting here looking at my Passat, and then what is that over there? We got ourselves a nice full tank. Oh, she's perfect. Drop her down into gear, smack her over into sport mode. We ready to rock. I want to see who this is. Oh, let's look at V6 4Motion. Same color too. Hey, you got good fenders on the car? Hey, that fender looks nice. I'll be back for that. You know, what are the odds that within me buying this car and then not 5 minutes later, I find the exact same Passat, same color, V6 4Motion, but she did have a nice driver's side fender, which I might have to go back and try and snag it off that car. It's kind of funny that within like 5 minutes, I found the exact same car. In North Dakota too, it's weird. We are officially out on the open road now. Car drives super smooth. We're officially all the way into 5th gear. Car shifts no problem. The Triptronic, like literally it's smooth. There's no issue at all, which is awesome. And it downshifts on its own, very smooth. So we have to figure out what's wrong with the actual, just the drive mode. But over here, she drives perfect. The brakes in this car are terrible. But hey, that's minor stuff, you know? Brakes, minor inconvenience. If you listen carefully, you can actually hear the brakes dragging on that side. Oh, they're so bad. It stops though, but it's not great. All right, my friends, we officially completed our first drive. Not very far, just to Panera for some lunch, but I mean, she made it. Aside from the smell of burning oil, you already know about that, and the brakes on this side just sounds like metal on metal, but the car does stop. Probably why this one is so dark compared to the rest of them. Might need to go ahead and pull the caliper apart, make sure it's not like seized up, but the car does stop. It drives pretty good. It shifts super smooth, and you know, she made it. We're not home yet, but we've made it this far at least. So we just finished lunch, which this car does have cup holders in the middle, which is kind of nice, but they're also like kind of useless, but I don't know, we'll see how those do. But now we have like a 12-minute ride home. I think the car will be fine, but you never know. All right, windows down for maximum draggy brake sound. And I believe the sunroof works, no problem. Oh, beautiful. Love that. know, this is like the first time I've ever really driven a B5.5 Passat, and I gotta say, like, this thing rides so comfy, and that's what these cars were designed to do. This is supposed to be more like a luxury kind of Volkswagen where it's very comfy. That's why the suspension's all crazy, but like, this thing rides and is so comfy. And aside from the fact that, you know, the brakes are kind of dragging and the car doesn't really want to move and drive, but having the car in the Triptronic, I mean, this thing doesn't miss a beat. It shifts so buttery smooth. Now, I haven't actually like floored the car yet, but it seems to have decent pickup. It's not like misfiring at all. Like, the car is just really, really comfy. And again, as just the winter beater, an A to B kind of car, that we don't mind it being in the snow and the salt. I mean, this thing seems pretty solid so far. I don't want to jinx myself. I still have to check the check engine light. And I got to figure out why the car doesn't want to move and actually just drive. But at least for this drive home, and not overheating. There's this smell of oil, but we already knew that. Once you replace the valve curve gases and that kind of stuff, that should be no more. But just going through the gears 1 through 5 and downshifting, it doesn't miss a beat. There's no hiccup, no hesitation, no like lag between shifts. Obviously it's not like a DSG transmission, but when you're just cruising around normal and you press it from like 3 to 4, it's almost instant and it's smooth. Like, you don't even feel the car really change gears, which is nice. So hopefully this is a super solid car. And again, for $1,000, I think all in with taxes, tag, title, all that kind of stuff, registration, the plates, it was $1,288.50. So $1,200 all in for an all-wheel drive V6 Volkswagen. I mean, like, to me, it was a no-brainer. Hopefully it's a good deal. And again, as cheap as it was, even go through, have to do timing, brakes, new tires, whatever the car might need, will still be in the car for probably less than $2,000 for a solid winter daily. Can't complain. And just like that, without a single issue, we made it home. Good on you, little Passat. Good job. Give her a couple of revs here so she sounds. Definitely needs an exhaust ASAP. I gotta say, they did a great job on the mufflers on this car, because there's virtually no sound from this exhaust. And I've seen these cars with like straight pipes or just mufflers on them, and they sound pretty good. It's not quite a VR6 sound, but it's still that aggressive, like throaty sound to it. So definitely need an exhaust on this car. But yeah, other than that, I mean, made it home in one piece, didn't have a single hiccup, no issues like that. Car's still idling perfectly smooth, no misfires. I mean, it's a super solid car. It definitely needs work, but I mean, I really can't complain. So we're home now. What I want to do, we're gonna go through, and I want to get rid of, you know, all of this mess back here. Go through, clean all the trash out of the car, then go to the car wash real fast, vacuum the carpet, so we'll come back, probably give it a quick wash and see what we're working with, and then let's go from there. Probably today, just getting the car emptied out, cleaned up, and then maybe tomorrow we'll do some more stuff on it. I would like to go through and, like, you know, clay bar, compound, like polish up the paint, because it should shine up pretty nice. And then maybe try, you know, pull these ends out just a little bit, as much as I can personally do without like a PDR guy. But so far I'm liking the Passat. Comfy car, it's got a V6, it's all-wheel drive. Can't complain. So let's go ahead and grab this, bring this over. I'll go through this car, empty out all the trash, and maybe find some goodies. I mean, I'm already stoked on having these plates and a 10 mil, but see what else we can find in this car. All right, so let's go ahead, there he is, and start in the front with, we got this right here, the good old math. Do you guys remember when this was the thing? Like, that wasn't too long ago, and this was like the normal thing, and then all of a sudden it was just, you know, it was just gone. I'm thankful it's gone, but like, what a weird time that was. We got cups in here, let's get that. We got, this is my paperwork for the car. We got some more trash. That can all go away. These floor mats aren't for this car, but I'm glad they're here because it kept, well, not quite, let's see. Ugh, made a vacuum. Oh yeah, stock floor mats need a little bit of love, but thankfully I do have a whole bunch of Passat floor mats. I swear in our shipment that should be here hopefully soon. It's taking forever, but I should have all-weather mats that fit this car, I think. So we'll wait on that for just right now. We have anything in the center console. We got, oh, little jack. I can stand there. These are kind of cool because they go up and they go forward. Y'all see that? fancy, and it works and it's not broken. I'm surprised. We've already seen the back of the car is a mess, but again, I'm still so hyped on these. This will be my keep pile over there, along with my tent and my one glove. I wonder if I have both in there. This is my keep pile. We got a hoodie. What's on the hoodie? Let's see if we can see what's on here. Oh, what we got? Ye must be born again. Should we keep that? We throw it away. That's a trash can kind of item. We've got a whole bunch of paper back in here, which this looks like, oh yeah, look at that, see? This was probably, let me see, I want to show you information on here. Airman course, knew it. I knew this had to be an airman's car, because they always, if you're in the Air Force or the military and you've seen like an airman's car, this is the norm. Right here, this is exactly what I expect an airman's car to look like, and it's an airman's car. I'm gonna keep his name and address covered up, but this is a receipt from the Tires Plus, where they got the new battery in the car, and they got it done beginning of this year. So battery, still super new, which is awesome. I wish I had a longer zoom, but my little homie, right there. He's so cool. We'll never understand why people use their cars as trash cans. Like, why? It's really not that hard to take your stuff like out of your car and put it in the trash can. It's not that difficult to do. I'll never understand this nonsense. Dang. Look at that. Literally, I don't know, 2 minutes of work and the car looks a million times better and it doesn't look like a trash can any longer. Again, I don't see why people just leave all their trash in their car. But now it's looking pretty good. I have leather cleaner. I'm gonna go through, wipe down all the seats, the dash, and the steering wheel, and then go to the car wash to use their vacuum. I also want to pop the trunk real fast because I don't think the handle back here, sir. Now I use the thing over yonder on the door. There it is, because I have two, I'll show you here. We have this mud flap and this mud flap. Are they Votex? Oh, can't really see. It might be Votex. This one cleaner. Doesn't say Votex on it, but I do see like the original part number. So they are original, which is kind of cool. But am I missing some? I didn't see any mud flaps over here. One on the front. Okay, there's one on this side. So I'm assuming we're missing one on this side. Oh, we have both fronts. Okay, so both rears are missing. Okay, I see, yeah. Both rears, that's cool, we got them though. Love that. And then what else is in here? We got a little jack thing. We got a little plug. Empty light case. Looks like it was part of a toolbox like inside. And then, oh, I think. We have a, not a CD player, or was a CD player? Just like storage. Maybe just for like the safety stuff, we have that. But overall, massive trunk. It goes back like quite a ways. And then under here, we've got full-size spare, and that's just about it. But clean, no rust, which is always a good sign. There's actually, surprisingly enough, there's really no rust in this car that I can see. Like, there's body damage, but there's no rust. Even in the spots like the jams where you'd expect to see rust, or like lower portion of the fender. Granted, there is plastic, so maybe I can't see it, but I mean, around the fenders, like, there's no rust in this car, and underneath looks pretty clean as well, which is nice. Ooh, one thing we have to check. I gotta pull the little caps off. Have you seen a wheel lock key at all yet? Now, I can't have caps right now, so I don't know if there's actually a wheel lock, but I'm gonna pull this off real fast and we'll check and see. I didn't see one in the back. There's not one up there?
No.
Ooh, this could be really bad. Now, normally there's a tool in the back you can use to pull these little caps off. This car didn't have that, but I do have this that'll work. So I can see already. Oh no.
Is there a wheel? Is it on there?
Right there. Now I have spare wheel locks.
That
actually
might be the same one.
Yeah, grab the one of the GTI. Let me check real fast, because I didn't see it in this car. I know some of them are the same and some are different. We might get really, really lucky, but okay. Big money. This would come in huge if that's the right one. Let me borrow that from you. Oh boy. Nope. Not quite. I can hammer it in there, but that's not.
No, I need to work for mine still.
Yeah, that's not the right one. Ooh. Ooh. I mean, you can still order them, I think, but the problem is finding the right one. Now, there's a handful that are the same, but this one is the larger spline, you can see. That doesn't fit, and that one is the smaller spline. I might have some spares. I saved a bunch of spares from the junkyard with a key with all of the locking ones just to have, so I might have one, but at the current moment, wheels aren't coming off. Unless I go through the tool, like the socket tool, and hammer it on and then back it out, we can do that. But I'd like to find the actual key for it. So we've got one slight inconvenience. Currently the wheels cannot come off the car. It's nowhere in the back. It's not in the glove box. It's nowhere in the car. So like I said, I might have some coming in our household goods that might be the right one, or there's plenty of tools that can take that off, but it'd be nice just to have the correct one to be able to put them on and off. But at the current moment, I wonder if all of them have or it's just that one. Either way, can't take it off. Continuing our tour, all cleaned out up here. Glove box isn't broken, surprisingly enough, so that's cool. And that's pretty much it. Now that the car's not covered in trash, looks much, much better inside. We've got our fancy broomstick, aka our temporary hood prop, because this one is blown completely out. We'll get a new one soon. But I want to go through and check the oil real fast, make sure we're not running low, because it does burn oil, or it was burning oil and it's just leaked everywhere, they never cleaned it. One or the other, but still I want to go through, make sure we're not low on oil, we don't blow this thing up already. So surprisingly enough, the oil in this car looks relatively new, and it's right where it should be. Now, that makes me kind of think that possibly they already fixed the oil leaking issue, the valve cover gaskets, whatever it may have been, and they didn't clean off of like the headers and stuff, and it's just burning, which is why you smell it so much. Like I said, I don't see any leaks under the car. It's kind of saturated, but maybe they just didn't clean it after they fixed it. I have no way of knowing for sure, but that's kind of what it seems like right now, because if you look, I can show you this right here, if it focuses. The oil's pretty clean on there, and it's right where it's supposed to be. So we're not low on oil. The oil is not black, so that's a very good sign. So maybe they fixed the leaking issue and they didn't clean it off, because you smell it burning after you drive it for a little bit. But maybe it's just a bunch of oil sitting on like the exhaust portions of it, and it's just burning off and getting hot because they never cleaned it. That'd be ideal, but we really don't know. Also, funny enough, every time we're outside working on the cars or doing whatever, my little friend, I'll try and zoom in on him. He's right there. Right there. He just like hangs out, like watches us. Like, he's super cool. I see you. He just chills, watches us, hangs out. You can see his cheeks are all puffed out. He's got food in there right now. But he's so cool. He's definitely getting much braver and more used to being out here. All right, we've got leather cleaner and interior cleaner, and we have some high-powered vacuums. We gotta go to town on this thing. One last look. One last look. I gotta say, even though the front floor mat's kind of trashed, it did a great job keeping the carpet completely intact. Underneath, it's like brand new, which is awesome. So I can get a new one of these, that's easy, but new carpet kind of sucks to do, so this is awesome to see. Honestly, look how good this color is, especially in the sun. Like, that's awesome. Since it was so loud at the car wash, I didn't film too much there, at least talking wise. We actually drove this car around pretty much all day long. I would say we put about an hour total driving the car today, and honestly, it did a great job, and I think I figured out at least how to drive it on a consistent basis. If you put the car in drive, it doesn't catch, and I found the problem might be just first gear. If you put it over into manual mode, you can feel the car catch, and you can drive it and then shift to second gear, and then you can do third, fourth, fifth, all shifting the car on your own. But after you shift the car from first gear to second gear, you can bump it back into drive, and then it shifts no problem, drives fine. But if you come to a complete stop and goes back to first gear, you have to go back over to manual mode and then wait till it catches and then goes. So the issue lies, what I'm thinking is just with first gear. I don't know if a transmission flush, a new filter, I don't really know anything about this automatic transmission, so I'm not sure what it needs, but it seems like the problem lies just with first gear. Aside from that and the horrible brake, the car drives and rides super comfy. AC works, radio works, everything you would want to work on the car, it works as it should. It's just first gear. But again, you can put it into manual mode, go from first to second. You can drive the whole car all day long in manual mode, it's fine. But if you want to go back to drive, you have to shift to second gear, then bump it back over to drive, and then it's fine. Again, I don't know the exact issue. I'm gonna try to research it tonight and see. It might be as easy as a transmission flush and a new filter, or if maybe like a solenoid in the transmission needs to be changed. I don't fully know. Maybe the whole transmission itself is bad. Again, I don't know anything about this transmission. I just know that's the current issue. The car is still drivable. You have to make sure you know how to get the car going, and then no problem after that. So now that it's nice and quiet, let me show you a better look inside of the car. I mean, like, look at this thing. Super clean. And again, the floor mats down here, they aren't the right ones, but they did a great job because under the floor mats, the carpet still in good shape, which is awesome. So very thankful for that. Went through, wiped all the door jambs down, so those look nice and clean. I mean, from this morning till now, I mean, the inside looks brand new. And then this side of the car obviously has the dents on it, but coming to the passenger side, like if we stand right here, look at this, hold on. With the sun coming down, from right here, she's perfect. There's no dents on this side, it's clean, nothing to see. This side of the car, good to go. That side of the car needs a little bit of work, but we'll get there. But I am very pleased with how clean, like just with this, I mean, the interior looks fantastic now. Also, I want to note, as we drove the car more, the smell of burning oil seemed to be less and less. Again, I don't know if they actually fixed the oil leaks, then never cleaned it off, and that's what I'm smelling burning off on like the exhaust, or it's still an active leak, which I need to fix. I will say under the car, there is a little bit of oil you can see right there, but again, I'm not sure. If you look at like the, let's see if I can zoom in here. If you look at the oil pan itself, it's dirty, but there's no like active like drips on it. Even by the drain bolt over there, it's still fairly clean. Now by the oil filter right here, it's a little bit like wet right there, but again, I can't tell if that's old stuff, new stuff. I have no idea. Best thing we can do is put up on the lift, clean everything, drive it and see where the leak's coming from, and then address it from there. So final thing for today, give the car a much into wash. It's filthy, and then tomorrow we'll get under the car, do some more assessing. But for today, I just want to see it cleaned up. And again, this side of the car looks fantastic. With a little bit of light to spare, the Passat is clean. Definitely needs a clay bar and a polish, but for just a quick wash for tonight, I mean, she's looking pretty good. The headlights need a serious refinish because they're so cloudy. The paint's looking pretty good from, you know, this far away. Up close, a lot of scratches, no normal stuff. And this side of the car here, I'll try to show it on camera. There is, you can see, I'm not sure what's on the paint. It's very gritty. I'm gonna try and clay bar all this if I can't get it off. But again, from far, like, if I come back over here, she's looking, look at this. She's looking pretty much brand new. Also, this front wheel, the one where the caliper is kind of dragging, I got a lot of the brake dust off. You can see the spots where it's still there. I need to get a stronger, like, acidic wheel cleaner to get more of it off. I was scrubbing like crazy. A lot of it came off, but there's still a fair bit more. I sat tired and I kind of left it alone. But for now, better than what it was. So yeah, there she is, our $1,000 04 Passat GLX with the V6, with the 4Motion. Not bad. Now, of course, the car is not perfect. There's a handful of issues we have to still go through and deal with, and we might, who knows, need a whole new transmission. And in that case, well, I would say if I was in Germany and I bought this car, I would already have all the pieces for the junkyard for the manual swap. Like in a day, I would have went to the junkyard, pulled a trans, pulled a pedal, clutch, slave, everything I need for a manual swap, I would have already had. But out here in North Dakota, my options are very slim. But I will say this, even though we just got this car, and this car is very cool, great winter beater, there's another car, conveniently enough, here in Minot, of all places. Now, at the current moment, I have no photos of the car, so I can't see how it looks, but with the car that it is and who owns the car, I'm hoping it's in pretty good shape, which if it is, this might be getting sold. Or we'll keep this one and get the new car and leave that one, like, you know, tucked away and not drive it over time, but we'll see. I told you guys, while we're out here, I'm not trying to find more cars. We needed a winter beater, but now cars kind of keep popping up left and right, so we'll see. But tomorrow I'm gonna make a phone call to this other car and see where that leads. And if that car turns out to be super clean and I have to have it, this might be getting sold already, or we'll fix it and sell it, or we'll keep it and have both. We really don't need that many cars here, but like I said, they keep popping up, so can't really say no. And this one's a very rare car, and if it has the transmission that I want with the car, it's like, to be here in Minot is just like 1 in a million. So we'll see how that goes. So if you guys have a Passat B5, 5.5, Audi A4, I think it is, A6, any car that has the same automatic 5-speed transmission, and you've had the issue where your first gear won't catch and drive, but it works in manual mode, and you can go back and forth, leave a comment down below what the issue might be. As I said, it might be the entire transmission, which honestly would be no fun. I mean, the car's still drivable, but I would like to drive it like, you know, all the way and not have any issues with it. Or is it a filter change? Is it a solenoid? Is it a trans flush? What needs to be done to fix this issue? Like I said, I'm gonna go through, do some research tonight so I can find out about this issue. But if you have the same issue and you fix a problem, let me know how you fixed it. Hopefully it's not a whole new transmission, but we'll see. Hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Do not forget, be thankful for every single day. We'll see you guys next time. Peace.